stands.
You'll be walking like that in a minute. Good morning and welcome. I'm Helen Tai with Pat Taylor and we are iCare, iMove. This is the Move More session. This is our session that is designed around preventing falls. So we can't look into the magic ball. We can't prove that this work will help us reduce falls and hopefully stop falls. But the evidence is there in the exercises that we deliver, which means that we know if you practice these moves up to 50 hours, that's all it takes, 50 hours, you will actually see an improvement in your balance and an improvement in your strength. Not to mention heart muscle, de-stressing, happiness and joy of being in a session with me and the lovely nurse Pat. So without further ado, let's go. Right, so you've got seated option, standing option. At this point in the sessions, we encourage way more standing. Now remember, we think about safe space, places where you are steady on your feet, you are aware of things that you could hold on to for your support, and being aware of things that you could bump into or trip. Okay, so with that said, we start with a circulation boost and warm up. So circ boosts, circulation boost, we start the ankles, have a look at just warming up through the ankles. Many of you have been up already and tottering around your house. But it's really important to get the working joints nice and buttery and ready for the session at hand, because this is an exercise opposed to activities of daily living, which is you nipping to the washing machine or popping food in the cupboards or washing your dishes. That's what we call activities of daily living. This is your exercise, okay? And the idea of getting the joints boosted and buttery is that if they're nice and mobile before we get going, that really puts us in a nice state for when we become more active later on in this session. Okay, so wide base if you're standing, if you're sat, I'd just like us to work the shoulders. So we are pumping the arms. Now you don't have, honestly, really choose your speed, your pace. This is about just bringing your elbows forward and setting your elbows backwards, eyes forward to start with. Okay, and the reason being, we're getting big stretches through the front of the shoulder. If you're stood, nice wide base or have something to hold on to. Okay, lovely. Now let's roll those shoulders. Lovely big fat rolls. And again, think about what's going on in the back side of the body. Think about the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Lovely. Okay, so let's take your left hand, pop it onto your chest. Your right arm goes out, out and stretch. Comes in into your chest. Left arm goes out, out and stretch. There you go. So what I'm looking for here is a stretch out into the chest and front of shoulder. So keeping your eye gaze forward, by doing this, what you get in here is a lovely opening of the chest. Once the chest is open, we can start to think about a taller, longer posture. And we do one arm at a time because sometimes the load is too intense with both arms. Lovely.
Are we shoulder height?
Yeah. Oh, roughly shoulder height. You don't need to go any higher. Lovely. Take out the odd tree.
Yeah, I've got a tree. I'm hitting.
Okay, I'm just checking in on Zoom. You're looking beautiful. And then release. Roll your shoulders. Okay, let's come back to the lower limbs. I want us just to lift one knee and pop it down. So remember, this is just about mobility. This is not really about height at the moment. I just want you to get going. The great thing is, if you're in a wide base, shift your weight and lift your knee, you're already talking to your pelvic floor and your core muscles. So there is benefit to all of these movements. Every exercise has validity to it. It will really help on every level. Nice to see you, Bob. Lovely. See people coming in, beautiful. Okay, but is that warm enough? Okay, so nice and wide, we go hip to hip. In seat, there's a sway bum cheek to bum cheek. So again, just think about how the hips are feeling. Do you want to draw circles with the hips? Maybe 360 in one direction, 360 in the other. You choose. And how does that feel? Are there any kind of niggles here that you need to adjust and work on? That's, again, the beauty of you guys doing your own thing. You can't see anybody else, so you can't compare yourself to anyone else. Lovely. And then release. Good job. Okay, so still wide base of support. Let's have a look at what's going on in the waistline. So I want you to slide down to the outside of your knee. And back up again. Outside of the knee and up again. So for me, I know that I've got dodge hip. So I know that as I lower down on one side, I do feel that pinch in my low back. I do feel that. Oh God, I've got to tell you a funny story. Me and Pat, keep going. Me and Pat were doing an interview the other week and she started coughing and on her hands and knees crawled out of the studio. We could still see her. God bless her. It's all right, she's just dying, she's fine. Just a little dying. Drink the drink. Okay, so let's take this up a notch. I want you to take your right hand to the front right knee, left hand to the back left knee. So we go 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Good. 1 and 2, lovely. 1 and 2. We switch. Left hand to front left knee, right hand to back right knee. So you can see there's a little flex and a little lean back, extend. So we got 1 and 2. Again, you don't have to work to my rhythm. You have to feel what's going on. All right, oh, need that, oh, need that. Lovely. Beautiful, and that's really important. So I know that some of you in the team have Parkinson's, and I want you now, we're going to do this. We're going to roll the shoulders and open the hands. Roll the shoulders, open the hands. Now look at my hands. So as I roll the shoulders, I'm opening up through the chest. Now we're primed and prepped for this because of the last 3 or 4 movement patterns we've just done. And the point is here, with Parkinson's, we're seeing this kind of movement shape happening. So the Parkinson's, we fight it. So we shoulders back and open the chest. Actually, what we do know, that this is the posture we need to be addressing, right? We all want to be lovely and tall and upright. So this is good for all of us. Okay, well done. Lovely, lovely, and release. Shake off your shoulders. Okay, so let's have a look. We're going to do a step to the side and together. We know, based on your feedback, these side-stepping movements are probably some of your favourite and most beneficial movements. There is always, remember, if you want to lean on something or do this in the kitchen, you can. Big step is really useful. We use it all the time, about the house, working in the kitchen maybe, side-stepping. We become more confident with our movement patterns. Okay, so let's make that 2 steps in one direction. Now don't worry about lifting legs here, because we're really starting to think about increasing heart rate. So I'm not looking for flair. If you want to add in a shimmy and a boogie, you can crack on. But 2 steps, whatever that looks like, but we're going sideways. Try and keep the hips square onto me. Beautiful. nice and tall. Think about your center, lovely and engaged and strong. So there's tension around your middle. Beautiful. Lovely jubbly. Excellent work. You look good. Okay, so just rest for a moment. Pump your heels for me because I don't want your blood flow because it's starting to come up a little bit. So but I want you to watch me. So I'm going to walk forward and reverse walk. As I do that, maybe a wall for support or a sideboard. You might move into your kitchen, but there walks forward and steps back. Now I'm not going fast here. Place where I'm constantly running through my feet, toe to heel, toe to heel, toe to heel. And reverse, rolling through the foot, heel to toe, as I come forward. Okay. And yes, they are Wonder Woman trainers. Yes, everybody is very jealous of my Wonder Woman trainers. Except Pat. It's only because I saw him first. 1. Lovely. Keep going, guys. Keep going. What if you added a little bum clench? God forbid you're looking at my bum now. So clench your bum as you're walking. So clench, 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 clench. Can't believe I'm doing this on camera. Here we go. Clench, clench, clench. Can you see that as I do that, there's almost like a step and almost a pause as I'm clenching my bum cheeks as I'm walking forward and backwards. It's like you've got a bit of wind and you want to hold on and you don't want to do it in public. Unless you've lost your hearing, and farting in public is completely okay because you can't hear it. And that's fine. And we do have a client that does that and it's hilarious. So she walks, lets one go. She can't hear it, therefore it's not noisy. And me and Pat are very childish and we giggle. So think about clenching your bum cheeks. It will make things feel different. The other thing that's going on here with this bum cheek clench as you move forward, however far forward or backwards you're going, you're working differently, different muscles, but you feel this tightness in your bottom. Yes? Tell me yes. Give me like a little wave or a thumbs up, an indication that you feel it when you clench your bum cheeks. Good.
And
thanks,
what's
David.
the seated option for this one?
Same thing. You hip walking forward, hip walking backwards, but clenching your bum cheeks is the key thing. You come back in, Pat. Lovely. And rest. Okay, so when I say rest, we're still pumping our heels, we've still got that blood flow zooming around the body, okay? So it's important to keep pumping the heels. Lovely, I'm really proud of you. Okay, so from here, a little bit of increasing the heart rate now, okay? So the fartlek maneuver, I don't know, you don't need to know that. You just need to know that we're going to do some rounds. And you're going to lift your knees high, which is my favourite move, and then you're going to slow it down. This is where you're at now. This is active recovery. So this is where I want you to come back to. Okay? So when we're ready, let's lift those knees nice and high. Let's go. Now me and Pat are doing different speeds and paces. We're not in time with each other, but it's important that the movement feels very different from just the heel pumps. I need you to keep picking up, keep picking up. You're doing really well here. Lovely. And I love that so many of you aren't even holding on at this point in the session. Marvellous. Well done. Now we slow it down. So come back to that heel pump. So more energy was required for you to do the bigger movement. And that energy, we don't want it just to bottom out. We need to keep that energy and regulate your breathing. still zipped up, still nice and strong. Yeah, and you might be feeling warm now, so if you want to shed a jacket, that's perfectly normal. What I need you to feel is that, oh, I'm ready to do this again. I feel that I've regulated. Okay, here we go. Up, big knees, nice and high. Some people do this really quickly, and that's fine. It's about you choosing your weapon. I'm just going out of camera for a second. Lovely. I'm back in. Okay. And then pump the heels, please. Well done. So, just to reinforce the message, being breathless is okay, okay? So if you're walking up Trelawney Hill, any big hill, and you think, oh, I'm never going to get to the top. It's one step at a time, okay? Many moons ago, because you're still heel pumping and I still want you to regulate, I was running metaphorically, I was in charge of the Eden walking group. It's famous now because they walked, and what made it very exceptional is that they all had breathing conditions, so they were all COPD, and we walked them from the bottom to the top of Eden, which you can't even imagine people could do, can you? Because it's like everybody's seen what Eden looks like. It's a giant quarry. But actually what we would do, we would start, and some of them, I kid you not, were doing probably 50 to 100 steps a day, and that was literally chair transfer into a toilet and back. We're up to 5,000 steps with us within a few weeks, and some of them were even reducing their oxygen, which was even more exciting because they were being more active. So this stuff, steps, it's just getting those extra steps in. But what they did take on board was one step at a time, one move at a time, one extra thing, and it can be transformational. Okay, well done. Okay, so we're still pumping the heels for a moment. As you watch me, I am going to bend my knees and stick my bum back as far as I can, and then I'm coming up onto my tiptoes at the top of the movement. So heels down, bum out and back and down, rising, clenching my bum, and I'm reaching. So Pat is now demonstrating the seated variation. So again, she's just gently pulling off the chair. So we're working exactly the same muscle groups here, guys. Really important to understand that. I gaze forward though, so as we lower our bottoms, the scenario is you're in a cubicle in a pub and there's no lock on the door. So you're trying to sit back to squat and reach that door to stop it opening. Just to give you an idea, I gaze forward. I gaze forward as you lower your bottom, not downwards. We're not looking at the floor, we're looking upwards. Well done. Better, improved already. Well done.
Shirley, are you okay?
Well done. Come back to that little march. Lovely. Well done. I'm expecting you to be a little breathless. Ooh, okay. So here we go. Now watch. Forward and back again. Heel, toe, walk. Heel, toe, walk. So I am imagining I'm on a beam. Other camera, please. So heel, toe, and taking my time. Heel, toe. Other camera, please. Lovely. So I need to see my feet. Owen, are you there, love? No. Okay, it's important we heel toe walk here. Now again, from a sit point of view, I'm encouraging you to stand if you can, to be fair, on this one, because you all walked in here. You can just hold it. It could be a static. hold. But again, be okay with that. The heel toe walk, really important for challenging your balance. Excellent, David. Well done.
What do you do with your bum?
Clench your bum.
Clench it. Good.
Yeah, there's always a bit of a clench.
Ooh.
Bum clenching is underappreciated,
It is.
I think.
It's a good
To be
thing
fair.
to do. Big fat glute squeeze. And tuck it under as well.
Well
Ooh.
done. Well done. Release, relax, and give yourself a moment. Okay, use this opportunity now to have a quick sip for me, a drink of something or other, because we are moving towards the wall. We're going to do a little bit of strength work against the wall. Strength work, Pat's going to do variations in sit, and then we are going to see if we can get down towards the floor again. No?
Drink?
Huh?
Are you going to have a drink?
Yeah, I'd love one. I still haven't had a drink, so bear
Okay,
with
go
me.
on, you
I'll
go
go
and
off
get
and grab a drink. And Pat's going to move towards the wall. Tricep.
Triceps.
Oh no, let's do biceps first.
Triceps. Triceps. We'll do all of it.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, can you see me with the tree there? So we're going to step away from the wall so that you are close enough that you can lean on it, but not close, not too close that you're going to fall back. So,
Excuse me,
a
I'm
nice
just going to move
step.
the tree.
Okay.
There you
Thanks. And our hands are at your shoulder height. So if you lean onto the wall, just lower your hands so they're kind of your shoulder height, and then it just takes the strain off. Feet are hip width, and then keeping your body nice and straight as always. We're going to let your body come towards the wall, and a big push off through the hands. So push those fingers into the wall and push the wall away from you. Okay, pull your tummy in again, pull your belly in, tuck your bottom under, and just keep going. So feel that big push away through the hands.
go. Tuck your bum under. There you go.
I did.
So I am cheeky Mary.
I am. How does that feel? Now we've been practicing this, haven't we? Why do we do this?
Why do we do this, Pat?
We do this so that we can get you off the floor. You need to be able to push up and off the bed. We need you to be able to push up using your hands, your arms, your shoulder strength. And maybe you can only use one arm, so even more reason why we work on your arms. That's it. How does that feel? Shake out your hands. And then we're going to do the same thing, but hands in. So close in, and we've got a couple sitting down. So, oh, hello, we've got a few new ones. So sitting down, I'll let Helen explain while I show you. So hands come in.
Demonstrate first.
Your elbows are tucked in to your waist.
Just silent demo. Can you see that? So I want you just to have a little watch. So her hands are narrow. They're narrow because we're trying to fire up different muscles that can get you off the floor. Her feet are quite a way away from the wall because she's using her body weight. So this is really good strengthening movements. Excellent, Jeff. Jackie, well done. Bob, lovely. And again, it doesn't have to be a wall. Improvise. Because there's the textbook way. Trudy, you look fantastic, but move, love. Trudy was absolutely engrossed then, watching.
And Peter.
Yeah, it's
I know
lovely.
Peter's got sore shoulders, but
Yeah.
you still need to do something when you're sitting.
The point is, God forbid you do fall, we are giving you a stronger body by performing these movements.
If you're sitting, you can press. We're looking at bone loading, so pushing through those hands as well as you working your triceps, and using your bands to just pull and pull, okay? But if you're sitting, make sure you do something. Okay, let's take one hand up, one hand down, and nice and wide, and then change. Take your fingertips out to the sides. How does that feel? If it's too easy, step away from the wall a bit, and then see if you can come off the wall with your hands and bring them back down. So a little bit of stress through the wrists is good for our bones, as long as you've already got healthy bones and they're not thinning with osteoporosis. But we still need to move them, okay? Let's go side on, shall we? Again, in seated, it's this little press, or you can always press down onto your legs. So press in, press in. So otherwise, shoulder to the wall. And you can see I'm just walking my feet out a bit. Outside hand comes to the wall, push away. And then lower your body by lowering your body.
So the further your feet are away from the wall, the more your shoulders have to work. Okay? So that's like the first point. This is how you should get out of bed. So if you roll onto your side in bed, I do this.
Yes, I do. Well,
I'm so pre-programmed to this now, and I look like I'm a princess rising from my sleep in my negligee.
really?
No, not at all. Not at all. The point is, this is so powerful to your shoulders, guys. I absolutely urge and encourage you to practice this. Now, Pat's doing this on her fingertips, but you can do this on the flat of your hand as well, knowing that this can be tough on your wrists.
Ah.
Okay, let's try the other
I'm
side,
going to change
please.
sides. So little turn round. Actually, I'll go to this wall. So walk your feet out again. Start close by the wall and see how that feels. Feels quite easy actually, but actually for some of you, taking the arm across the body can be quite a lot. It can be quite tough. So lower down, press off, lower down, big press off. So try and use the whole of the hand to push your body away. Now if you were on the bed, you might come onto the elbow
Owen, turn me off a second.
and then let yourself down.
Hello?
And back onto your elbow
Yes, we can.
and lower down. So a little bit of weight through your shoulder shoulder joint. Come down and up. Down and up. Lovely. Good. And then have a rest. While we're here at the wall, let's do some toe raises. So you're safe by the wall or with a chair behind you, but
Owen, are you there? Can we have the little camera?
for what? Oh, for my feet.
You just demo and let me
Yeah.
talk. Okay, so Pat is close to the wall. I don't think Owen's there. I don't think anyone's in the gallery.
Oh.
Okay, what she's doing is being close to the wall but not touching it.
Can't hear Helen.
What? What'd you
They
say,
can't-
Nick?
We can't hear Helen. She turned her mic off, so
Oh,
we can't hear
you.
what she's
You
saying.
Turned your mic off.
Thank you, Owen. Right, okay. So Pat is next to the wall, but she's not leaning on it yet. All she's trying to do is lift her toes. And she knows that at any point, that lift the toes, not the heels. So she's rocking backwards and balancing on her heels, knowing at some point her shoulders will touch the wall. Okay? So trying to lift the toes and balance, try not to touch the wall. That's kind of what we're trying to achieve
I'll show you from the
here.
side, because sometimes you want to stick your bottom out, but we keep it a long line.
Lovely.
And then we're going to walk. Shall we have a few little steps? So, lift up your toes and then just bend one knee and then the other just a few times and then come back down on the whole foot. If you're sitting down, you can do exactly the same. You can still lift your toes, and it's really important. It stops you tripping over your own feet. And I think I explained this on Friday. Because what happens is if you can't lift your toes up, you tend to shuffle and you drag your feet along the floor. You might trip up over a mat or your own feet. So lift your toes, hold on to something if you need to, and just walk. And then come back on the whole foot. Lift the toes. That's it. And it's quite strong into the fronts of your shins because you're pulling on the front of that joint. So are you doing it in seated? give me a thumbs up if you are. Good. I trust you because I can't see your feet. Mr. Watson, Miss Skill. I trust you. Okay, how about just a little wiggle jiggle? So just lift the heels just to release off because it's quite tight, isn't it? It's quite, it can get quite uncomfortable. So we're going to come into the opposite. And you can either do that holding onto the chair or just having the wall in front of you. So turning around. But just watch to start with. So we're coming onto the toes and we're going to walk here.
Tiptoe walking.
So about 4 to start with and then come down on the whole foot. If this is too much for you, just press the foot in. Okay, just press and press.
Put your weight into the front of the foot. It's really important that you really feel your toes connecting with the ground. Can you see that? So Pat shoved one toe into the ground. Can you see that on the other camera, Owen?
Thank you. There.
So she's really pushing the toe down. She's feeling the toe. Feeling the toe.
Got to bend these toe joints. Otherwise they get stiff. So bend your knees, keep looking forwards, relax your shoulders. Can you do one more? Are you still doing it in seated? Lovely, come down. Fab, that's quite strong, isn't it? Okay, I'll tell you what we do. We do Helen's favourite, her Elvis knee. She loves an Elvis knee. So we're circling the knee in a circle, but you've got to bend the other knee. Okay, go the other way. And she normally goes, So one way, then the other way. And that just mobilises your ankle, gets some movement back into your joints and releases off. And then let's change legs. So also it's moving your hip, isn't it? So if you're sitting, you can just move your leg in a circle. You could lift the leg and just make a circle with your foot. Are we okay, everybody? Give us the thumbs up. Lovely. Fabulous. Let's go the other way. And back round. Lovely. Excellent. Right. Shall we move on to our chair, lunge, knee down exercise? So come and have a sit.
Grab some water first. Grab some water and come and sit down.
Grab some water and then come and have a seat. And sit down properly. Just have a breather. Okay. I'll let you all sit down. Do grab a drink though, because this bit's might make you a bit thirsty. So you don't have to do all of this. You can just do parts of it. We'll demonstrate to start with again. So I'm going to go to the side and I'll show you. I'll show you the whole thing and then we'll break it down, okay? So feet wide. Hip walk, tuck feet, lean forwards, pump your heels, step away, turn around, big step, take that other back foot back a bit more, hands down, grip, shoulders to the back of the chair, chin is lifted, knee, back knee, comes down, just down a little bit, and we'll work towards getting it on the floor. You don't have to do that today.
Got it, Beryl?
And then come back in, pump your heels, stand up, turn around. So I want you to take your time, feel the chair, sit down. I want you to take your time today. I don't want you to rush this, okay? You must take your time. Think about each section. So let's start together. And at any point you can stop and just turn around and sit down. So hip walk forwards in the chair. Feet come back, eye gaze is forwards. Lean forwards, you can always put your hands forwards. Up to the top, what's the law? Pump your heels, please. If you can't get there today, that's fine. Brenda, see how you get on. Step away from your chair. Turn around. That's it. Take a big step towards the chair. Grip the chair. Take the feet back. We'll show you some band exercises if you're sitting in a moment. Rock your shoulders towards the back of the chair. You can come back and up to standing and sit down if you want to, or you can start to drop that knee a little bit. So just bending that back knee down towards the floor. There's a few not doing.
Some of you aren't doing it. Is it because you're going to do it later? Give me a nudge to say, yeah, I'm going to do it later. I recognise there are a few of you that can't.
Or we'll give them a band.
But getting that knee down is really important.
Okay, I'm going to bring my leg back in. I'm going to come up to standing. I'm going to pump my feet at the top. That's the part where you might feel dizzy. I'm going to turn around safely. Feel the chair behind you. Stick your bottom out. Sit down. Lovely. And then we're going to go again. So, for those sitting, we'll give you some other options. Where's the band? Okay, so I'll show you one more time. Hip walk to the front third. Feet back. Push up. Lift your heels. Pump your heels. Step away from the chair. If you can, turn the other way and use the other leg. So I'm going to step to the chair. Grasp the chair. Take your shoulders to the back of the chair. Just a little rock. And then I'm going to bend my back knee and straighten. You're not down there for very long, so bend and straighten. And then if you can drop your knee back onto the floor and push up. Keep going, come up to standing.
I want to have a little chat with you guys.
Take your time. Just give them these chair exercises. So if you're in the chair, have your band. While we're standing up, you can come into a bunny hop. That's the equivalent. While you're turning around and lunging with your hands on and your shoulders are coming to the back of the chair, you're going to just take the hands wide. Okay, so you've got an option there. And then you can always add on a little leg movement, taking the knees wider. Okay, all yours.
I've forgotten. It's like it's menopause for you. Bear with. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh yeah. Don't freak out about your knees, right? So you know we're trying to encourage you to put your knees down. Again, in the event of an emergency and a fall, it's only momentarily. We don't want you to live your life spent on your knees. So please work around that vision that being on your knees may be uncomfortable for a nanosecond, but that's really all the time you're ever going to spend on your knees. So please, I know we avoid it. We see it time and time again. I don't want you to avoid it. I want you to embrace the knee bend and embrace bringing the knee to touch a surface, whether it's a chair or a sofa, but practice getting sensation on your knees, a bit of impact on your knees, okay?
Well done, Caroline. Caroline's still going. Fantastic work there. Lovely. Oh, that's enough shoulders, blimey. Fabulous. Can you do it one more time, maybe?
They're looking a bit tired
What do
today.
you think?
You all right? I'm off camera having a little look at you all.
Pop
Can I have a
my
thumbs
band.
up, Colette, David, Sal? Caroline's doing well. Lovely.
Anybody sitting?
Lovely
Pop that
hip walk
band.
with Hilary. Lovely stand. Lovely. Big fat lunge. Make sure that front leg is close to the chair in front of you.
Remember, if you're sitting, do a little bunny hop.
That's it, Jenny. Push out your heels. Squeeze your bum. Shirley, are you okay, darling? Thumbs up. Good girl. Brenda's got amazing pink hair today.
Oh, Betty's looking good there in the corner, doing lots of bunny hops.
She is, isn't she?
Lovely. You all look amazing. Oh, are we all right? Are they pooped?
I think they are.
Rest. Rest. Oh, breathe. That lunging one, so that sequence, stand up, step away, turn around, lean, lunge, is quite a lot of work. It's on the whole body, so don't be surprised that you're tired. Don't be surprised. Yeah.
Hmm?
Okay, so we'll just wait for you all to sit down. I'm trying to lip read here, people.
Quite funny, I'm like, ignore me.
Okay, come to the front third of your chair. Let's just, have you got bands? Have you all got your bands with you? Good. Let's pop it under your leg. Pop it under your foot. We just need to do a little bit more strength. Lovely. Pop the band under your foot, under the centre of one foot. I know you've just done lunges, but let's just work on the fronts on your quads. Those thigh muscles, actually it's the back of the thigh that we're working here. So do you remember this one? We're going to bend the knee up, hold your hands onto your hips and just straighten your legs and lift. So it's a press and a lift up. I'm going to adjust my band because it's not tight enough. Push, and you just need a little bit of resistance here. And even if that's not hard enough, you can do this at home and you can add on lots more. So lots of repetitions. That's what's going to make it harder. Okay, lovely. Hold that foot there long and just slide the foot out and back to normal. Out and back to the starting position. Out. Lovely. So you're squeezing your toes up. You're sliding the foot out, and then we're going to swap sides. So not very long, because we need to move on. We need to do your stretch and your Tai Chi, then your relaxation. So other leg, send that foot away, lift the knee. Foot away, lift the knee. And you can do this in your bed without the band. You could be lying down, bending and straightening that leg. Oh, I forgot what I was going to do with them. I was going to do your homework with you. Do you remember? And I emailed you to remind you, Beryl knows what I'm going to say. What was your homework? Standing on one leg, exactly. Stand on one leg. Hold that leg out. Slide out. Slide out. And just try it. Please just try it. And let me know how you get on. Like I said, without my trainers, I'm rubbish. But with my trainers, I'm pretty good, actually. It just gives you that stability, but it's a really good measure of how likely you are to fall, or how likely you are to not fall if you've got good strength in your ankles, amongst other things. But it's a bit depressing, so I won't go into it. Let go, throw your band away. Let's come into some some stretches, and then we'll do Tai Chi. So we're going to take one arm out.
Stretch one. The shoulder stretch.
Send it across your body, either to your shoulder or right across, and then just support your arm with the other hand. So you're holding at the back of your arm, not on the elbow. And just breathe and try to drop those shoulders down.
Look over.
Eh?
So if you look over so Pat's stretching with her right. If you look over your right shoulder, that increases the stretch. That's nice, isn't it?
Can you take that hand to the shoulder? Same shoulder, lift the elbow. Okay. Take the hand up. Feet should be nice and wide here. Take that hand over your head, whichever way that might be. Breathe. And come forwards. Other side, reach out, push away, and then bring that hand to the opposite shoulder or across the body and support it. Fabulous. Breathe in and out. And then we're going to take that hand to the shoulder. Lift. You're trying to get this hand in between your shoulder blades, and you can practice this one. Honestly, if you practice these, you'll get much bigger movements, much more mobility in your shoulders. Reach over your head. Lovely little stretch, this one. Come down. How about we reach up with both? You can clasp your hands. Little lean to the side, like a little tree in the wind. And then the other side, or a little flower, and come forwards. Hands to your lower back or the chair. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Just lift your chin slightly. Don't hold your breath.
It's lovely seeing the AGK guys,
Yeah.
like the team doing the exercises,
Fab,
and then
aren't they?
looking at the look at them,
Aw.
and they're
Hiya. And then relax. Okay, we've just done a back of knee stretch, so let's roll the shoulders. Tum-tum. Let's roll one shoulder and then the other. One shoulder. And then just take your eye gaze over one shoulder. Bring it back to the centre, then the other way. Lovely. To centre, drop one ear to the same side. So you're still looking at me. Look at me. Look at me. Chin should be level with the floor. And then look up. Drop the ear to the other side. That's it. I shouldn't be able to see up your noses. Lovely people. And then up to centre. And then we're going to come into a little bit of Tai Chi. So you can stand or sit. If you're tired, stay sitting. If you're up for it, we're going to stand up. So come up to standing safely. Do you want to come in with this one or no? She's not listening. Hello? Do you want to come in or not?
no, you still.
Okay. So feet nice and wide. Soften through the knees. Tuck your bottom under. Pull in your belly. And just take your weight from one side to the other. Float your hands. Like you've just got some water. And you're just brushing that water from one side to the other. Lovely.
You look beautiful,
We're going
team.
to change that water to a ball. So you're holding the ball and you're bringing it one side, changing to the other. So you're holding this ball really gently. Okay, imagine it's made of glass. And you're just letting it come slowly.
What if it's made of chocolate?
Chocolate, ooh.
Gently, because you don't want it to melt in your
Gently.
hands.
Oh, it'd be gone by now. Side. So slowly, slowly, slowly. Look to see how slow I am. Watch, watch. Slowly. And I'm in front of my chest. Slowly. Tai Chi is not fast. It's slow and controlled. And weight comes side to side. And your breathing slows. Okay, we're going to bring hands together on the bottom. So scoop up. And then push down. So fingertips join. As we lift, we breathe in. And as we push down, breathe out. Lovely. Seated, it's exactly the same. And if you want to do this bit for your homework, that's fine. But do a couple of squats as well. Lovely. Okay, we're going to reach up and wide. Reach up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, bring those hands down, send them backwards, squeeze, and just hinge from the hip. So you're leaning forwards a little bit, okay? Hands float up, squeeze, and float them down, hinge. One more time. Take your time here. Keep breathing.
Lovely.
Come up to centre and neutral. We're going to float one hand, then the other. Just within your own shoulder limitations. So it doesn't have to be a huge movement. Lovely. Keep it going. Keep it going. So just releasing off the shoulders. Let's come back to those fingertips together. This time you're going to push to me. Fingers, thumbs join. Lift up. First finger and thumb joins as you push. Lovely. 2 more times. Lift. Push. And lift. And push. Lovely. Well done. Grab a seat. Sit down. Let's come to some breathing practice, and then you're done. So make yourselves comfy. You can slouch, you can lie down, feet nice and wide. I need to know that you're safe, and if you're going to nod off, you're not going to pop off the side of the chair. So just close your eyes and just breathe. And be aware of your breath. Feel the breath entering your body. Maybe through the nose and out through the mouth. Just adjust your shoulders and your head so you feel comfortable. And tuck your chin back so you have a stretch through the back of the head, the neck. And readjust again. So you might need to move your hands. And just breathe. So feel that breath going in and out. And feel the temperature of the breath. Does it feel different as you breathe out? Does the temperature feel cooler as you breathe in? And warmer as you breathe out once your body temperature has warmed up that breath. Just notice and breathe. And just feel that breath. Feel the ribs expanding out to the front, to the sides. You might even feel them towards the back of the chair. You might feel your belly rising instead of your ribs. A deeper breath. And just work down your body from your head down to your toes to relax every muscle. So working around the muscles in the face. The eyes, the cheekbones. Relax the teeth, the jaw, the lips, the neck and the shoulders. Relax the muscles in your bum cheeks, in your thighs. Relax the kneecaps, the calves and the toes. Allow the toes to just spread in your shoes. And just breathe. Just enjoy the peace and the quiet. Just for a couple of moments. Allow your bodies to return to a more normal state. Your breathing becomes more normal and your heart rates are settling to a normal rate. You'll have energy for the rest of the day. And you have a positive mindset. you've done your exercise for today and started you off in a really great place to start the week. And then we're going to bring some movement into our toes, lifting your heels one at a time, sitting upright, rolling through your shoulders, taking a deeper breath in and a sigh out. Open your eyes, and then you can give yourself a little round of applause for a job very well done. So thank you for joining us in our Move More Reimagined. Send us any feedback and make sure you do your homework. Please do your homework. And we'll see you next week for more Move More, or yeah, that's it from us today.